And we're live with the second Epee semi-final. This is to decide who will face Lucas Farlam, our new #1 seed. So, on the left, we have second seed Chris Hay. On the right, we have third seed Luke Rees. We have Emma Holling as our referee for today's match. And in VAR, we have Kyle Profit and Jackie Yuen.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And we're ready to begin. Now the fences making their start. Luke Rees, Chris Hay. Absolutely incredible parry post by Chris Hay. He's been putting in a phenomenal performance to get a deserved second seed today. And that's another truly lightning quick attacks there from Chris Hay. And that's another, in a similar sense. The speed of his blade really helping him out here. Luke Rees doing his best to break through, but unfortunately just too quick as we go with a 4-point lead for Chris Hay. And that's a double point. Luke Rees with his first point on the board, but not without Chris Hay taking a fifth. Points deficit stays at 4. And that's another power post there. Hay taking another point to establish a commanding lead in the first period. And that's a single light for Luke Rees, who takes his second point in his attempt to climb the mountain and maintain the lead. Ooh, a little bit early there, but no cards given for now. And that's another point for Luke Rees, starting to climb back into this match after a dominating start from the left. Ooh, bit of a melee there in the middle. And it looks like we're going to VAR just to see, I presume, whether or not the fences passed each other during that. Decision made quite quickly. Not a particularly complex decision, I feel. Although they are just checking. And the referee coming back down to make her decision. And the point annulled. We continue on 6-3. And that's another point for Chris Hay, this time on the back. And it seems like we're having a little bit of a tech issue from Luke Rees as we go into this final. The Armory are working as hard as they can, as they have been all day, to help our fences out today, so big thanks to them. Big thanks to Tyler Halsey and Alex Scott, who have both been working in and around our armoury department. And whilst we're doing our thank yous, also a big thanks to the rest of our team who have been tirelessly helping with our production, including Alex Routledge, who has been oh so diligently standing with our camera, making sure you can see all of this wonderful fencing, as well as my colleague, Miss Kimmy Bellamy, who has been helping me with my commentary. Thank you for that. And we're back off into the match. And that's a point for Luke Rees as he closes that gap to 3. Still in the first period, so still plenty of time left, though you might not know it from the score. And that's another point, going into 7-5. Luke Rees finding a little bit of a groove here. And that's another one. Now only 1 point separating the two fences. This match just got a whole lot tighter. Luke Rees raring to go there. But that's a point for Chris Hay. Sneaky little hit under the guard to extend that lead just a little bit. Ooh. Nearly a point there from either fencer. And that's a double point. Both fencers still 2 points apart. Chris Hay with the lead at 9. And that's a wonderful paro post there from Hay, who takes it to 10 points. 3 point lead now in this match. That's another double. Going into 11-8 now. And that's another point for Luke Rees, who closes that gap ever further. Now 2 points separating the two as they continue still in the first period. So still another 2 to go, in theory, unless this ends in the first period, which would certainly be an exciting end. But that is another point for Luke Rees, with 1 point separating the two now. And that's a wonderful paro post from Hay on the left to 12-10. But that's another double. Chris Hay now 2 points away from victory, but Luke Rees 2 points behind him. Certainly still a lot to play for, especially considering how much time we have left. A whole other 2 periods of time, but that's another double. Chris Hay, only 1 point needed to progress to the final. Very much seems like he wants this over early. Early from Luke Rees. And that's another double, right on the edge of the first period. Chris Hay wrapping up the fight right before the end there. And Luke Rees with an admirable performance, but unable to defeat Chris Hay, who moves on as our second seed into the final to face Lucas Farlam. which I imagine will be a fascinating match to watch. So stay tuned for that, as well as our women's sabre final, which is also yet to come. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the finals for the Exeter Open.